So here's of our vocabulary words that you're going to be using for classroom objects. When school is normal and I see you every other day and I'm there with you and we can kind of interact with each other, we play lots of games around classroom objects with partners. We do matching games, memory games, bingo, go fish. We play all sorts of games and it's super fun. And we work on classroom objects for a long time. But things are different now. So we're just going to be working on them for a couple of days. So your goal is not to memorize them all and to know how to spell them and remember which ones are masculine or feminine. Your goal is to get the general idea of the classroom objects, maybe recognize a few, become a little familiar with them, and kind of understand the concept of un or une, meaning the word a before a word. Okay, so these are all of the classroom objects, and I have them in here kind of smaller. So we have un cahier, which it looks a little blurry. Hopefully it's not blurry on your slideshow. Un cahier is a notebook. Un feutre is a marker. Un stylo is a pen, so think of stylus. And un sac à dos is a backpack. Un taille crayon, remember crayon means pencil. Taille crayon is a pencil sharpener. Une table is a cognate, that should be easy. Un crayon is a pencil. Un livre is a book. Une porte is a door. Une fenêtre, window. Une école, school. Un bureau is a teacher desk. They have two different words for desk. One's a teacher and one's for a student. Un pupitre is the student desk. Un ordinateur, computer. Une trousse, a pencil pouch. And des ciseaux is scissors. So you'll notice ciseaux doesn't have un or une before it, and that's because scissors are technically plural. And when something's plural, you can't say a scissors. You have to say some scissors. So this little word de means some. Une gomme is an eraser. Une horloge is a clock. Un classeur is a binder. Un tableau is a whiteboard. Une règle is a ruler. And une feuille de papier is a piece of paper. All right. And then this picture for bibliothèque is really bad. This looks like a bookshelf, right? But une bibliothèque is actually a library. Une chaise is a chair. Une carte is a map. Une salle de classe is a classroom. And de la colle means glue. And this is kind of a different way to say some. So just this is feminine. Glue is feminine. I wrote that down here, feminine. All right. So what I want you to do right now, the first thing I want you to do is write down these words on a piece of paper. So you know so you have them in front of you when we're going to be working with them for the next couple of days. I guess if it's not super annoying for you to keep going back into the Google Classroom and looking at this list, you could keep it here in your Google Classroom on your iPad, or maybe save this image to your iPad. For me, it's easiest to write the words down and have them in front of me on a piece of paper. I don't know if you guys are allowed to print, but you can also try to print this off, and maybe I'll ask the ed techs to have a handout for you too. So the first thing I want you to do is to get a physical version of these words in front of you. So whether the ed tech gives you a handout, or you print it out yourself, or you write it on a piece of paper, I want you to have these words on a piece of paper in front of you. Okay, and you should write what they mean in English next to it. So if you print this out and you can't tell what un cahier is, underneath that you could write notebook. So you have a kind of cheat sheet of all the vocab words that we're working on right in front of you, all in one spot. All right, so that's the first thing I want you to do. And then the second thing you're going to do is you have a Google form in Google Classroom about classroom objects. All right, so this I have set up as a quiz, so it'll give you a score at the end out of 100 points, but this is just practice. So you should use your notes, that paper that you just made or printed out, to help you answer these questions. All right, so this means just what is it? That's an eraser. Find the word that means eraser. All right, so at the end, you'll see which ones you got right and which ones you got wrong if you want to double check your work. All right, au revoir.